General Andrews,
and the Dream Stream presents Rapid Runs.
welcome on back, dreamers and new folk. This is a special edition of Rapid Run's Dream Race Recap. The Dream Races are intended to showcase individuals' talents ranging from our musical opening act to racing, speedrunning, and even challenge runs of the respective games on display. The 7th event of Momentum Bound May's Dream Races was Resident Evil 2 Remake Leon Standard by Arispici. Commentary for this run was done by FlibbityFlam. Let's see how it turned out.
Alright, so I will let you know I'm going to do a little countdown for when the timer is to start.
Look, man, I'm serious.
We're going to be skipping cutscenes as well, because the cutscenes are pretty long in this game. Go! Sorry, I thought there was going to be a prompt there.
Apparently not. No prompt. Just go.
You alright?
That guy's having a bad day,
Don't move.
but it's alright.
I'll be back.
I'm sure he'll be fine. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing bad could ever happen.
Freeze! I'll shoot!
So here's our first zombie of the game. We're going to handle him in a very specific manner here. After we grab this key, we're going to double back, and we're going to pop him. Try to pop him in the head. There we go. Darn bookshelves.
I was like, yeah, that shelf likes to get in the way. I've seen for a lot of people.
No. So there's going to be a lot of zombies in here. We're not going to worry about any of them now. Hi, Claire. It's a little bit of intro. Now we're going to be getting into the city proper, and it's going to be real spooky.
Yeah, because in this game you want to avoid
This is out of control.
shooting the zombies as much as possible, right? Because they're just like bullet sponges.
Yes, they are very spongy. In fact, with this run and the way we route it, we're only going to be killing like 13 enemies all game.
Shit.
Wow.
It's everybody.
That's pretty crazy.
They've all turned.
So I'm going to be using a technique as we are going up and down stairs, referred to as stair
There it is.
skating,
The
where I'm going to
station.
be aiming down the sights as I'm going up and down, because Leon will do a different run animation, which he actually moves slower up and down stairs. We can do a little bit of a sequence break by aiming, which actually saves like 2 to 3 minutes throughout the entire run. And here we go, the Raccoon City Police Department.
Everybody's favorite place.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Nothing bad ever happens in Raccoon City.
No, not at all. Okay, I did up the brightness for this run, by the way, a little bit, so hopefully it is coming through okay on everyone's side. But we're about to see one of our fellow police officers, Elliot. He's going to be hanging out over this way.
Open up! Hurry!
Wow, he sounds stressed out.
Open up! Open this goddamn door!
I'll get you, Elliot. Chill out. I got you. Oh, maybe I don't. Ooh.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Yeah. So we're gonna pause here because this guy tries to break through the door and he'll bang on the door 3 times before coming through. But when we pause, the timing keeps going. So as soon as I unpause, he should bang right through the door here. Boom.
Easy every time.
Every time. This dodge is a little spooky. We're gonna run straight at the zombies. Run right by him. No problem. That's one fun thing about this speedrun. A lot of times we're just going to be running straight at enemies' faces. No, we don't want to do that. There we go. We're going to open this grate, and while that grate is opening, we're going to do a little bit of inventory management here, just to set ourselves up for later. Here we go.
This is not how I imagined my first day.
But the reason we moved the gun out of the first slot is because there's going to be key items that we're going to be picking up that's going to be able to be used a lot faster out of the first slot, so I don't have to dig through my inventory to use them. Also, there's this guy. We're going to run straight into him because we come into this hallway 3 times, and he will stun you if you run into him, just as you saw there. And it's a lot safer to have that stun happen before this hallway gets a lot spookier later in the game.
That hallway is not nice later.
Oh no,
I
not at all.
understand.
Hey buddy, I hope you get that Twix, you deserve it.
So I see up in the top left that you do have. So there is DA in this. And if people don't know what DA is in Resident Evil games, that's the difficulty adjustment, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do to adjust the difficulty adjustment for this run throughout it?
So difficulty adjustment gets changed based on whether you get hit and what kind of items you pick up. So picking up healing items increases your DA, getting hit lowers it. Pardon me. I'm gonna take these a little bit slow just for safety, for marathon's sake, where I'd usually just be barreling through these guys. Where are you at? Oh, he's not even here. Okay. Usually that guy being on the vending machine likes to hang out around there, but sometimes he'll just be in spots. That's what makes this game really fun.
I was like, yeah, the zombies act pretty abnormal at times.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got to see our friend Marvin. He's having a bad day.
Poor Marvin. He was my favorite.
He definitely is. But as we all know, he doesn't want us to worry about him. In fact, sometimes he'll get us. Okay, so with that specific instance there, that helicopter comes through,
Marvin, I've got a situation
and
here.
you can actually dodge it in a way that it causes you to get knocked forward instead
Surrounded
of
by
knocked
zombies.
back. It's only like a half a second save,
Marvin,
but it's
you
kind
copy?
of a hard, tight
Marvin!
there.
Damn it!
Got bolt cutters. We're gonna come through this office here, pick up a couple key items. So we're gonna dip in here, grab the valve handle, and then run right back out and grab the breaker on this table. There we go. Now we're gonna go and do our second parade into Spooky Hall. That's all I like to call it.
Spooky Hall. It's perfect, yeah. I like that.
So we used a couple extra bullets because we missed on that first zombie and another zombie, but usually we'll have 6 bullets there, and we pick up that ammunition very specifically because it has 6 in it. So when you reload, you usually have a full clip, and you're not taking up inventory space. This dodge can get a little scary. Go, got right by him. Gotta shoot that guy. Right now,
Easy hallway.
Exactly. So I went ahead and discarded the bolt cutters because we don't need them anymore, and put the detonator in the first slot, so that's going to help us with the pickup later. Oh man, there's nobody in my way. I love it.
Just the guy in the window, just flopping on in.
Whoa! Okay, that guy was in there. He was usually not there. That's fine. First bite of the run. It was bound to happen. We're still in fine though. Go. And we're gonna say hello to our buddy here. Hi, buddy. We're gonna do a quick combine, and then back out of here as quickly as we can. Come on. Oh, man. That's unfortunate.
Oh no.
We do have backup heals coming up, so we should be fine. So this one is going to be Fish, Scorpion, Jug. We're going to have to do 3 of these puzzles to get Medallion. There we go. Yeah, my movement was a little bit weird there. You do want to look at him, however, because when you're looking at a liquor in this game, their AI gets a lot more calm for some reason. I don't know why, but that's how you do. And we moved that bookcase over, because that's going to help us out later when this room gets a little spookier. No.
The library was not my favorite part. And
Oh.
the
It
casual playthrough.
Really bad. So once we place the detonator, we're going to pop back through this door and head in the library. And just run right back in here. Again, that's why we did that.
General, is it 10 seconds or 10 minutes?
This one is going to be Ladybow Snake. There we go. And we're gonna have to deal with another Gene Simmons aficionado here. So this bookcase right here, when the detonator goes off, will normally fall over, but if you dip back into the library, for some reason, Alright guys, calm down. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and third medallion here. This is going to be Lion, Leaf, Eagle. There we go. And for safety's sake, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the spade key right now. And there's going to be a first aid spray right down here. We're just going to pick it up before we head into the first boss fight. Little bit of a path deviation, but we got beat up a little bit. You're saving more time if you stay alive. That's what I always say when it comes to speedrunning.
That's true. Until you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Go. Say our goodbyes to Marvin. And we're going to be heading into the first fight. And this is what makes this run specifically super fun and fun to perform and fun to watch, in my opinion. Is the strat we're about to use on this boss is going to be very similar to strats we're going to use on every boss in this game.
I remember using the knife on like my Leon playthrough, right, as a joke because I had seen it. And I was like, let's see how this really is. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So normally, when you come up against bosses, you want to have a meticulous strategy, you know, take your time, suss things out, watch for their reactions. So I'll show you how I handle this boss. I'm gonna run right into his face.
Won't work on this thing.
There's no strategy to it. This is the strat.
This is the strat. I'm actually gonna dip around him here to avoid getting hit. Potentially. There we go, and he's done.
Knives are broken. What is it? The knife hits on every single frame, right? And then when you bump it up to 120, it does double, right?
Yeah. And if you uncap, it does even more.
Ugh. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, right? And the knife is balanced to be very strong because they're disposable, like they're actually supposed to be mostly defensive weapons. But, you know, we take advantage of everything we can when we're speedrunning.
Might as well.
Alright, so a little backup strat that I like to do here. There's just a quick inventory upgrade that we can pick up from here. Doesn't waste too much time, it's only like 2 seconds, and having extra inventory is just easier. Because I will be picking up a couple extra knives just for safety later in the run. Go. We get to meet our favorite femme fatale, Ada,
Hey!
as she walks away
I'm
from
not done
us.
talking to you.
Hate to see you go, Ada, but love to watch you leave.
Exactly. We're on the same page here. Also, we're gonna have a quick chat with Raccoon City's finest investigative journalist, Ben. Hi, Ben. Bye, Ben.
Bye, Ben. Ben's fine. Don't worry about Ben, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be
Ben's
alright.
He's okay.
Like I
Nothing-
said, it was a quick chat.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing bad could have ever happened to him in that cutscene. No.
Nah, not at all. So this part, we have to deal with dogs. It's really the only time, well, in this section specifically, are the only times we're going to see dogs in Leon's playthrough. And they could kind of be a little bit jerky, I'm not going to lie. Because we're basically going to be running away from them, not looking at them, and hoping that they're behaving the way we want them to.
Dogs in Resident Evil games, especially the speedrun portion, are just notorious for being the worst.
Alright, we're gonna dip in here. So we need to get into Ben's cell and get the key card to leave the RPD. So right now what we're doing is grabbing electronic parts to restore the power to get in there. So we got the first of two. The second one's gonna be a little bit further away though. And here come the dogs! Who let the dogs out? Oh.
Bring in the hounds.
Gonna try to serpentine. There we go. So what we want to try to avoid is being in caution once we get out of the basement here, because there is another really spooky part coming up. Oh, come on. I was totally out of that hitbox. It happens to the best of us. Like I said, dogs can be jerks. Oh, I hear you coming!
He's there. He's on his way. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but in this one, if Claire is in caution, she moves faster, right?
That is correct.
But Leon's not the same then, yeah?
Exactly. So we want to avoid being in caution as much as possible. Granted, there's a lot of RNG in this run. Enemies can be real tough to deal with. This is going to be an interesting dodge if we can manage to get this. Oh, I didn't do what I wanted him to do. Okay, we can get rid of that knife because we need to get rid of that knife anyways. Okay. This guy's going to try to grab me. Ah. So typically, that guy will lunge. He did not do that thing that I wanted him to do. But that's why we have knowledge of where all the healing items are. Because we got one right on our path, right here. We're going to pick it up and use it. That's like nothing happened. And we're coming pretty close to everyone's favorite part of the RPG in a casual playthrough.
Right? The best part.
Yeah, right? Before we do that, we're gonna dip in here and grab this large gear. It is a very large gear. It takes up 2 slots. Quick cutscene where Leon breaks the ladder because he's too thick.
He's just too dummy thick.
Exactly. Alright, so here we go. Pardon me. Oh. That dodge is really hard to do. It's like one of those things that's either... It's one of those things that I mentioned can be very not consistent.
I was gonna say, I was like, you open that door, and I'm like, there's three.
Alright, we should be able to get by him this time, though. And we're actually going to dip down here and grab these herbs and use them. Just to keep ourselves in good, healthy shape. So what I did with hitting that lever was we actually switched the water over so we can put out the fire here. We need to get through this section. But how are we going to get past the elevator? Oh.
Oh, our good friend, Mr. X. X gonna give it to you.
Yes, he is.
Jesus Christ!
Good.
And we got the manipulation dodge. If you put yourself right up against that corner and aim right at his shoulder, he will do that swing every single time you can run right by him. Go. Oh, calm down back there. Alright, so third foray into Spooky Hall. Got the slicker. So we shot him because for some reason, when you shoot him, he disappears. I don't know why, it just happens.
Well, just once, just like a shot, and he's like, ow, that kind of hurt. I'll see you later, Leon.
Yeah. There we go. I was a little slow on that dodge.
Oh, he
I
does
don't
just
hear-
leave.
Yeah. I do not hear Mr. X, and that's very concerning. Where are you? Where'd you go? I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take a quick shot on the ground there. What that's going to do is actually manipulate the zombies in this room to start moving towards the door instead of moving towards me. And that gives us just enough time to move these bookcases over 2 times to complete the platform up there to get to the 3rd floor. Like, literally just enough time. Because they's a coming. So there's a green herb right in front of us. That herb is a bait, because there's literally a guy right there who will lunge at you if you try to grab it. So we're just going to pass him by. We don't need the herb anyways.
I remember that zombie very vividly. That one got me good.
Oh, that's like premium jump scare in this game that no one expects because it's just a regular old zombie. I hear you thumping down there, Mr. X.
He's just angry.
Yeah, he's coming for me.
He's mad. Mr. X wants his juice.
Okay, so right now we're activating the bell tower on a broken bell. It's going to cause a big accident, which is going to knock our electronic
Hope I don't
cart
have to
down.
write a report on this.
And Leon makes a nice little fun comment about it. Oh, Leon.
You're so clever.
Okay, hopefully he is going to be on the ladder. Okay, we're going to let him start climbing up that ladder. There we go. Just so he doesn't turn around on us. And now we have to head back down to the basement. Come on. So far, I mean, we've taken some pretty rough hits, but nothing that we can't come back from. Obviously, we got the healing items. The sewers, the part that's going to be coming up, is the really bad spot to get hit in. Chill out. Okay, we are going to shoot this out of your way. This guy.
The sewers is not a kind place in any Resident Evil game, but it seems to be a good theme in all of them.
It is especially bad in this game. Alright, where's our dogs at? Oh, down there. Alright. Now, like I said, sometimes enemy placement, they just be wherever they want to be.
So, fun fact about this garage that I found out from my buddy's wife, who's watching me play this game. One of the cars in there, this game takes place, what, in the 90s, right?
Yes. 98.
Yeah, 98. One of the cars in there has headlights that are not from cars in the 98.
Really?
And his wife pointed it out. He's like, that's inaccurate. I'm like, wow, she's right. like, how do you mess that up? I was like, oh, no, this stock car image, this is good. Put it in the garage. Don't worry about it.
There we go.
Puzzles.
Puzzles are fun. Oh, Ben. Oh, Ben.
Man, what happened to him?
I
When we
don't
left
know.
him in that cutscene, he was totally fine.
Exactly.
What are they after?
Well, don't worry, Ben. I'll get that scum. I'll make them pay. So we're gonna shoot that zombie. We're gonna throw this flash, trap, and just run
Give me
through.
a break.
Boom.
Easy every time.
Exactly. So the really scary part about that casually is when you're dealing with that, you have to basically either go a separate way, which a lot of people don't think about, or go through that entire horde of zombies, taking them out. And there's a scripted event where Mr. X does show up and just pop around the corner, which is literally made me almost, it made me yelp. That's the best way I can describe it. It made me yelp the first time I saw it. But look at
that
this
the intel you needed?
atmosphere. The game
Unfortunately,
is so
no.
beautiful.
Ben didn't come through.
Well,
They
what
did
exactly
do a
are you
really
looking
good
for?
job on this one.
More info on the people responsible for this mess.
So, we get to see a familiar gun shop. If anybody's familiar with the OG Resident Evil 2.
Road's out. Going through that gun shop looks like the only way.
Thanks for that observation, Ada. Appreciate it.
What a mess.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Not gonna hurt.
Don't shoot. I'm a human.
Don't
Go.
shoot.
Good old
Heard of the Umbrella
shout outs to
Corporation?
the meme
They're a
Kendo
pharmaceutical
from
company
OG
secretly making
RE2.
bioweapons. They have a virus. It turns people into indestructible monsters.
The one
That
thing you
explains the
might
horrible things I've
notice
seen.
that I did there was I picked up a customizable part for the shotgun, which we did skip in the RPD. A lot of people don't know, but if you do skip the shotgun in the RPD, you can actually pick it up towards the end of the game. It'll show
Based
up
on what
later.
you've said, the sewer seems fitting.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Gee, thanks. Can't imagine a real scientist being down here.
According to HQ, this leads right into Umbrella's secret facility.
Come on. Sewers are run by the city. How could they have a facility without the authorities knowing?
Welcome to Corporate America. Umbrella's controlled right from the city.
Jesus! That an earthquake?
I'm guessing that's not an earthquake, Leon.
What the hell?
I'm sure it's nothing. Right?
One green, scaly earthquake.
I know, right? This is why you don't flush your gator pets. people.
Exactly.
Gator pets are not trick pets.
Again?
It's not too late to turn
Also, one thing I do want to note for the speedrun,
No
and
chance.
we're picking up specific
You're stuck with me
items.
to the end.
Coming into the sewers, you need very specifically
Ugh.
3 bullets in your handgun, which I do have. I mean, you can have a few more, but optimally, 3 is perfect.
Holy shit!
Also, language, Leon. Come on now.
The family-friendly jam.
Exactly. Also, everyone, welcome to my cooking stream. This is my recipe for gator soup.
You know what? Effective
Chew on that.
and quick.
You overgrown son of a bitch.
Exactly. Now that part looks really, really spooky, but that is a scripted fight. He will always charge at you right, left, right. So you just dodge the opposite way. Very consistent,
Leon,
no
up
issues.
here.
What the hell was...
Also, Ada, how did
Just
you get
get
up
up
there?
here.
Why couldn't I go that way? Why do I have to deal with the gator?
Can't say I didn't warn you.
You said the virus turned people into monsters, not reptiles.
Fair point. I'm just impressed you made it in one piece.
It's a good observation there too, Leon. Even though, you know, you saw zombie dogs, and whatever those lickers were.
He's not the brightest bulb.
Yeah, look at him. He's a
Yeah,
baby.
I know he looks so. He's a pretty boy though. That's what Leon is.
Yeah, sometimes you can't have both the looks and the
So let me
brains.
get this straight. Umbrella sells monsters like that to who? Our military? Somebody else's?
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses that make them. And Annette is who makes the viruses. Scary as that alligator was, Annette is far more dangerous.
So we're going to be heading into the first portion of the sewers, which is a lot more fun and a lot less scary than the second portion of the sewers. Which, it's now time for Secret
You can
Ada
run,
time!
Annette, but you can't hide.
Let's go. She gets this nice little tool, which is completely
Secret
impractical.
weapon time.
You can just see through the walls and hack literally everything.
I'd like one of those tools.
Yeah, me too.
Candy from a baby.
Dreamers. You're welcome for the fan service there on that angle. So it does really help to know where all these things are from a speedrunning standpoint, because there are a lot of situations that can get a little hairy in this section, but they are very easily handled if you know where you're going. Which, I mean, is pretty common for most speedruns. Hi, buddy. Come get me!
That poor guy.
I know, right?
He's just dropping in.
Just dropping in to say hi.
Yeah.
There we go. He has a tendency to want to grab me from his knees, so I let him get up. You're not going to grab at me. He's too shy.
He's
Too shy for pretty
trying.
80. Oh, that guy.
Got you now.
So we do in fact get a gun, but you know, I don't like to use one as Ada.
Always been good at running, Annette. You know that.
Go dodging for fun. Also, Mr. X is behind us, but we're never gonna see him. We'll definitely hear him. Big old tall trench coat man.
He was so terrifying the first time through.
Oh, absolutely.
He just doesn't stop.
Yeah, once you activate him in the RPD, he will follow you throughout the entire thing. And if you don't know exactly where you're going, that gets a little hairy. Also, he can do weird things like not show up where you want him to, like he did this
Bravo.
run.
Gonna burn you alive now. You'll never get your filthy hands on G.
Nice spread.
I'm not doing enough.
Oh yeah. Look at that man.
Realize that. And you won't die alone.
Yeah, just practicing our bullet grouping for all those enemies we're gonna kill.
Yeah.
So this puzzle confounds a lot of people on the casual playthrough because it's tense, there's a timer, you're about to get lit on fire in an incinerator.
That's what she's doing.
But it's no problem for us.
Visitor clearance confirmed. Your ID is authorized until October 1st. Please return before this date.
Not gonna happen.
And that was the Ada section. Went pretty well, I'd say. Still.
Yep, nothing
And
terrible happened, so.
back to Leon, where all the terrible things are gonna happen.
Ada?
Yeah.
Where are you?
So we're gonna come across a new enemy down here called G-Adults. It was actually a boss in OG RE2.
That's a
And
pleasant
they
smell.
are literally the worst.
They're like, they stop the whole hallway, and they're a pain to deal with, and they do a lot of damage.
Yeah, if they grab you and you don't use a defensive item on you, they're the only enemy in the game that can poison you. And getting poisoned in this game is real bad. Not only will it tick your health down, but it will also... You are not where you're supposed to be. Come on. Come on, Jack. If we had an extra bullet, we could have just skirted by that guy, but we did not. Alright. Had to take that a little slow. Aim is just a little bit off right now, but it is okay. So normally we would shoot that guy before we turned around. This way we can just skirt right by him. But this part is where we absolutely need a bullet. For this jerk right here. And we'll just form right past.
What the hell? Cable car. Interesting.
Alright, so far so good, but we have a lot more of those G-Adults that we need to dodge, and most of them are not nearly as easy as that.
Where'd she go? I'm coming, Ada.
Now, we actually get bullets again! Hooray!
Yay.
I'm actually gonna move this knife out of this slot real quick.
We're a little more past halfway.
Yes.
Right?
So if everything goes well, we're just a little past halfway. But we also have a very temperamental boss fight coming up. Pardon me, gentlemen. Gonna come over here and grab this grenade. We're gonna need it. Ah, buddy.
They're so gross looking.
They are, yeah. I cannot describe to you, like, I don't know how well you can hear the sounds with the volume levels on your side, Framers, but just, they're squishy.
They're very squishy.
grab another inventory upgrade here. And get one of our first chess pieces for a puzzle coming up. Get back over here. See you, Larry. Alright, where are you? Right there. Don't you do it. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. He was in a pretty bad spot, but we have a green herb right here to put ourselves back in fine. Go. Usually we don't want to pick up too many healing items because it's actually going to increase the difficulty of the game, because all games past Resident Evil 4, as Liberty was mentioning earlier, have this thing called DA, or difficulty adjustment, where the game actually gets harder or easier based on how you're doing, which I think is a really, really cool mechanic.
It is a super neat mechanic.
Alright, this is the scary part.
God.
This is the
This
run
is getting
killer.
worse.
See if we can pull this off. So we're gonna shoot that guy. Quickfire him. Then we're gonna hug this wall. He did not die. But we were able to get by him. Sweet.
Alright, good on the way there. But still gotta get out. Which
Exactly.
is the worst part. Because you don't get that freebie at the end like you do on the way in.
Exactly. So what was supposed to happen there with that second guy, if you shoot him without him seeing you, he'll actually dive under the water and he'll just disappear. He'll come back. Go. So this is a little bit of a maze puzzle. A lot of quick item pickups, inventory management, menu movements. That was the wrong plug.
That is
Here we go.
a rook, sir.
You are correct.
That is not a key.
But what if I want it to be a key?
Well, it
Alright.
can.
Here we go. So this guy's easy to deal with. We shoot him. He's gonna go under. He's gonna go under. Okay.
Yeah, well, how was that supposed to go again? Could you run
He
that
was
by
not
me
the-
again?
He was not supposed to jump back up. I think I probably ran by him a little too early. But actually, the enemy placement down here wasn't too bad for that guy. Gonna wait for that guy to grab and run right by him. There we go. We just got past the probably the worst section of the game.
Very, very smoothly, too.
Yeah, we had bad luck in the RPD, so we were due for some good luck. That being said, we still have the worst enemy. I hit my knife. I also spoke too soon. Alright, let me out of here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. Cool.
Well then.
Well, one of the knives we were glad to save without having to deal with the G-adults we lost, but that's okay, because we only need 2 fights going into the next, or 2 knives going into the next fight. And we have some heals coming up too, so we should be fine. Famous last words. There we go.
We will be fine. Not we should be fine. We will be fine.
Yeah, there you go. Love the confidence. So this is an interesting puzzle. It's a good variation on the original one, where we had to find chess pieces to get into this boss fight in OG RE2. Even though the boss fight was a little different, we'd actually be fighting a G-Adult right now. Some things get a little mixed around in this, but it's still an awesome game nonetheless. Like, I cannot say enough of how good of a remake this is. So we'll just go ahead and combine these. Backup strats for the win. 1, 2, 4. Then we're gonna do a little technique here. Hopefully we can pull it off for y'all. I'm gonna take it slow just to make sure I do.
Jesus Christ!
And we did it! So normally for that boss, he'll go through this thing where he tries to claw at you through the ceiling.
Still alive?
And typically it's a timed event, or if you do a certain amount of damage to him. When you activate him at that door, his hitbox actually pops up right over by the panels we were just messing with. So throwing your grenade and timing it perfectly does all the damage you need just to skip that whole first phase of this fight. Alright, what are you gonna do, buddy?
Pretty neat.
Perfect swing. Let's go. Get right up in your face.
Yeah, you can hear the knife too, cutting multiple times.
Okay, we're gonna use that until it's gone. So basically, we want to get this guy past 50% HP.
Now I got you.
And hopefully he does what we want him to do here. Alright, that'll work. Boom!
Nice. GG, good boss fight.
That fight is literally... Anybody who is a speedrunner of this game will tell you it is like an ultimate run killer. That is Magnum ammo. I thought that was handgun ammo. Oh well.
Well, like, because he can run at you too, right? And that's what
Yes.
you don't want. Because then he'll just run right past the cart.
Yes. And he almost did. Like, his timing was pretty much on point for
The cable car will take
getting
us down
hit
to
by
Nest.
that. It could have gone
There was
very
friends I
poorly.
took to ride.
Nice. Where'd you get that?
Borrowed it. Anyway, we're almost there.
So we had grabbed an extra knife there and a flashbang, which we're going to be using in the next section, which is going to be the lab. Yeah, just sneak by Ada. That's actually a really funny little quick movement to do there, because if she gets in that doorway before you, she just blocks
This may be
you.
a one-way ride, so be prepared, Leon.
I don't know how things are going to go
Fan
with
is
that
bound for Nest.
Magnum
Do
ammo.
not
if I-
exit until the
Should be
final
fine.
destination.
Yeah. And here we go, last section of the game, ladies and gentlemen. There's definitely a part that can get really spooky coming up, and it was actually a
For your
very spooky
safety,
part in the
stand
original
clear until the
RE2
doors are fully
called the
open.
Liquor Lab, and you will be able to see why it's called
For
that
your
as soon
safety,
as you get there.
stand clear until the doors are fully open. For your safety, stand clear until the doors are fully open. Nest. Enjoy your visit.
Can I clip a grenade? I don't know why that was doing what it was doing there. Okay, so we're gonna take a shot right there. Oh no! You need to do that in private, ma'am.
I know, you can't just eat your lunch on the floor like that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna grab another knife here, put Jackrabbit in that slot. Okay, well, he didn't do what I want him to do either. Awesome. This run's going great. I'm gonna take this fight. Wow, that hurt. We do have an herb coming up that we can put ourselves back into fine. Alright, and aforementioned shotgun is right here.
Chief Cartwright in the east area.
So again, if you skip getting the shotgun and the RPD, it'll just be in that room. What was supposed to happen with that zombie with the vest on, when I took that shot, was supposed to manipulate him to walk over and just stand in the corner. It's not super consistent, but it's nice when it works, as most strategies in this game are.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for a little bit here, we're going to be moving a little bit slower because we did get knocked into caution by him, but we definitely didn't want to use that grenade as a safety net, because we need it. Go. I'm actually going to ditch this magnum ammo. It's going to take a little bit of time, but that was a mistake on my part. It's fine. It happens. I missed a few more shots than I usually do, so like I'm very tight on ammunition right now. But we should have enough to get through. Also, these guys, they're spooky. Those are enemies called 𝐿𝐈𝐓s. If they grab you and you don't use a defensive item on them, they will one-hit kill you.
And these codes are the same every time, yeah?
They are the same every time for a scenario. Whether you're playing hardcore or standard or casual.
Dispensing solution.
Normally you'd have to go through pretty much this whole section of the lab to find those codes, but because we have speedrunner knowledge, we're just able to put them in real quick and skip a whole backtracking section. Which I love when games give you the opportunity to do that.
Manual
I was just about to say that's the worst part.
Adjust amount of solution to match cartridge capacity.
That's a long backtracking section, too.
Hang on, what did I do here? Okay. Alright, I kind of messed that up a little bit. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I got it now. Just reset it. There we go. Puzzle's typically pretty easy. It's just red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, but I missed a blue.
Bingo.
There we go. So we need to use one of the two bullets that we have left. For this guy. Had to be very careful to make sure I hit that shot. And, you know, we're just gonna chuck this grenade over in this corner. For no reason. We don't need it. Hi, buddy. Yo. A lot of times that guy will fall right on top of you and stun you, but we got by him. I like to use flashbang strats on this, so I don't even have to deal with those zombies. And now for the fun part. And they looked at me. That's fine. They're gonna try to go up on the ceiling. I got one of them stunned pretty well. So this is a fun little puzzle. Basically have to line up the patterns to turn the power back on. Yeah, let's go.
That worked out very well.
Surprisingly. I'm happy with
Welcome
it.
back, Dr. Lee. You have 5 new messages.
Who left the freezer
The
open?
best part is, we're gonna have to go through there again. This time we're not gonna have a flashbang to deal with them.
Cooling
I
complete.
want to make sure we have a knife equipped. Because we do have a backup knife just in case they try to grab me here.
Game, I disagree.
So do I! Heavily. That's alright, we got through.
That was rude.
Well, even though I disagree with the game, I definitely agree with you.
It's one of those enemy tracking things
Dispensing
that
solution now.
will just always make me angry.
That did the
It's
trick.
like, oh, they were just close enough.
Yeah, exactly.
You have dispersed a dangerous solution without authorization. Your actions have been logged, and you may be.
So those guys
subject
aren't dead. They're just stunned because we put some
to disciplinary measures.
pesticide on them. Dodge. Woo. Hi, buddy.
Shit! Him again?
Shit. No, you don't.
Oh, he fast AF.
Yeah, they're huggers. Okay, we are going to be going into the G3 fight in caution, which kind of sucks. But if things go well, fingers crossed, it will not be an issue. He's going to do a portion where he does a scripted event and pulls something off the wall. We're going to use that opportunity to grab a first aid spray. If we don't kill him beforehand. Alright, we got another puzzle with the equalizer here, but this one's super easy. It's just a 3 change. We do that and then that. Yeah, this fight's gonna be real spooky though, but that's what you all are here for, right? The tension.
The tension. The tension.
The tension.
Yeah, the tension. It's riveting. I can cut it. I can cut it with
Now
a
back to Ada.
knife.
Attention, unauthorized removal of a level 4 virus detected. Facility lockdown initiated. Self-destruct sequence.
Alright, here we go.
Class A breach detected.
Oh boy.
Ooh, that's a bad miss.
It was. But he had a bad miss, so that works. Come on. Show me your why. Yikes. Where am I at? We'll grab that first aid spray early.
Yeah, now seems like a good time to grab it as well.
Well, might be. I'm at 1 health. Wow, his other eye hasn't even gone down yet. There we go. Show me your eyes. Yikes.
Ooh.
Might have our first death here, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, I'd probably relish it at this point. The sweet embrace of death.
Yes.
There we go. Now we can go to town on him. You big man. Got him. Holy cow.
Man,
By the skin of our teeth.
the tension, the drama. I just
we're
kept
gonna-
looking at the boss's health and looking back at you, looking back at the boss's health. I'm like, it's a mad lad. He's just staying in there.
Use the central elevator to evacuate immediately to the bottom level train platform.
Yeah, getting up really close to him and trying to get those shotgun shots off before he reacts to you is probably the hardest part of that fight. Because you don't want to try to go up and knife him because you have to kill those eyes to be able to stun him. And if you're not stunning him, then things go even worse than that.
Yeah.
But we're coming to the closing moments of the game. I hope everybody's had a great time watching, as well as a great time enjoying the Dream Races event in general. Like I said, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to present it for you.
This was a blast.
Still got a few more things that we need to do, but it's pretty much home stretch here. Also, we're about to hear, probably, in my opinion, one of the best pieces of soundtrack in the entire franchise. Look at that, we're fine. It's like nothing happened. Here we go, get your cat jams out.
Minutes until detonation.
Big cat jam.
Alright. Sweet, we got the manipulation on that guy. So we shot that corner to turn that dude around. He's not even gonna pay attention to us. Joe.
Is this a fucking joke?
Haha!
Ooh, 2 for 2.
Until detonation.
Jam.
Use the central elevator to evacuate.
Here we go, final boss fight, ladies and gentlemen. So the interesting thing about this boss fight. Alright. We're just gonna play Danger Close.
What is it with this thing?
Oh, darn. He punched the boulder, that's why I got hit there.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you got hit by the boulder there.
7
Breaking.
minutes until
Alright, we're just keep our distance from him for now. Just to keep my distance, Mr. X. Come on, don't be rude. So basically, the whole thing about this fight is you have to stagger him through. Well, that's not good. Haha! He also charged super early.
Oh.
Yeah, boy. Did I get it?
This thing come from?
Oh.
Got him!
Yeah, G.
All right.
you have arrived
Tom is going to
at
be
the
coming up
bottom
here
level.
pretty soon. Pardon me,
6
General. Or
minutes
gentlemen.
Until detonation.
Here we go. And time.
G.
Shit! Gotta get out of here.
Thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that in fact was a personal best for me, despite all the craziness that happened.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at this. The Dream Race is cultivating world records all the time. Look at this.
So as we close this out here, I'll go ahead and bring it to the final screen. So our official time for the speed run is 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. Our previous one was 1 hour and 7 minutes and I believe 15 seconds. So
Oh,
that's
wow.
not just a little PB, that's
That's
a
a
big
big
PB.
one.
You saw it here, folks, right here on the Dream Races. Let's go. As we pulled through so many situations by the skin of our teeth, and I'm just so excited. I was so happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. This was great. Thanks for having me as your co-commentator.
Yeah, we're super happy to have you, Flibbity. I bet chat can agree with that.
Oh, clap.
All right, folks, how awesome was that? Woo! All right, Ari, thank you so much for being here. Let me see here. Another Dream Race PB? Magnificent showing by Arispici. From close call to last second bailout of execution. Perfect run to cap off a fabulous evening. Found this exciting? Our next live event for the Dream Races will be Jackrabbit July on Tuesday, July 20th at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Want to watch live now? You can dream with us at twitch.tv/General Andrews. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.